Hi, guys. Good morning. Today we're going to look at machine safety. I'm Elena Delgado. I'm the safety gal from next door. So today, starting today, it's Tuesday. Yeah, and very chilly morning, and but I have a surprise for you. I put on the calendar that we're going to see safety devices. But with these safety devices that we're going to see, mostly we're going to see the process of the safety buy-off. Uh, the safety buy-off was one of the things that I would do when I was working at a certain company. Um, and this safety buy-off was used in the fabrication area, machine build. So this is where I got my design fabrication safety specialist degree. It was very important to me because I got to see how the machines, the press machines, were made and how safety was involved in the design with ergonomics, with any safety devices that was allocated to that machine. It was one of the best experience I ever had, and for me, it was working like with the Top Gun guys of machine build. So I have my full respect for this team, and I am referring to the guys in Ogden, Utah, and also the guys in TJ. So for me, it was a very learning experience. I had a lot of lessons learned with the machine safety buy-off, and I love doing it. So today we're going to look at the machine safety buy-off, like it says over here. So let's start. The first thing that we're going to look at, I'm going to share my screen in a few moments. Let's go over here. Okay, hold on. Okay, so one of the things that you do very early in the morning when you go to your office is get your checklist. There's the safety buy-off is a pamphlet, it's a book. Let me get well, it's a book. It's a very big book. Yeah, my house is a very big book. This is an example, not that big, but it is a big book. And in the safety buy-off, you there's a section for safety for the guy or girl in safety area that you have to review depending on the machine you're going to go and check. You're going to go and validate. You're going to go and verify that it complies with all the safety standards. Since machine build is fabricating machines that most probably will go outside of the city, outside of the state, or even outside of the country. So for this, you have to comply with a lot of international standards. And this is what makes it so interesting because of the ISOs, of the ANSIs, and other regulations that are depending on where you're sending it. Sometimes we would send to Brazil, other times we it was Europe sending us equipment. So it is a very important part of the safety guy, the safety gal. So this checklist has a lot of points that you have to fill, and a lot of points that you have to put pending, review, check again. So the checklist has to do with all the devices. You have to check it if it has that device, if it doesn't have it, if you did a trial run of it. So you need a lot of, sometimes you need pieces from production that you're going to assemble with this machine and try to use depending on what type of press it is or what the function of that machine. You're going to do trial runs and see and verify that it works, and you're going to try to prove that if it fails, it does have the safety devices that will help you try not to have an accident. Okay, just verify. So let me share my screen. Let's share my screen. So we're going to look at this. This is an Excel spreadsheet. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So, in this is Excel spreadsheet, you can see a lot of information. This G comply for equipment safety buy-off. You can see the program, the project is for production, the system equipment. We're going to evaluate some presses. We could evaluate a lot of things. We're going to see the checklist. The location is in TJ. It could be anywhere, Mexicali. I don't know, Sonora, any place you like. So, if you want to see to create the checklist, it depends on what you're going to evaluate on that day. Oh, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on. Let me send it to the other screen. So, in my checklist, there's a list of things that I would have to check depending on what the type of machine I said. So, we have press systems. And the idea here is when I evaluated these machines on site of the fabrication or machine build area, we would try to look in the safety buy-off in those 3 4 pages of checklist of the safety buy-off. You try to look at the list and try to check each point that is given to you. So in this case, it was a set checklist, but in this Excel spreadsheet, it may change. And depending on that, you use this Excel spreadsheet to see what you're going to do. So in this case, this spreadsheet has a list of the red tags that you're going to see. Yellow tag would be the things that are in yellow that you're going to give the technician to review, and green tag would mean that the machine is okay. So mostly you get to the green tag after the guys from programming the machine. That would be a lot of steps here. Electrical wirings is done. Machine is troubleshooted and working perfectly. Because if you check it the first time and nobody has programmed the machine, you're not gonna get ahead of a lot of things. You may get pulled back because they changed something. You have to reevaluate again. So getting to that green tag is a lot of work, and you need a lot of help from the technician, from the guy from programming all the safety devices, and sometimes even from the guys from production that are trying to get the machine working and do the ramp up. Okay. So in this case, if I say for the press systems to go, it's going to give me another screen that says the type of risk assessment I'm going to do. So in this case, there's going to be 11 items in that checklist that I have to check there in yellow. Uh, Red, well, it says here 0, but that will depend on what I find out when I do the checklist. So it says that it adds up to 12 questions that it's going to ask. So here we get the list of things and items that I have to check. But again, it depends. It says press system, so it depends on what I'm kind of press I'm reviewing. But in this case, this is a checklist in Excel spreadsheet. But in this case, there is. Remember, I told you in the last video that in one of the last videos about machines is that it's a set checklist in that safety buy-off, and that set checklist includes what type of devices I will be using. And depending on that type of devices, I have to do a trial run and see if that device is up and running. So a lot of companies, manufacturers for safety devices like light curtains or manual bimanual stops, the e-stop, you also have to check. Uh, Two-hand controls. They have a list, so you can take it out from those manufacturers. Take out that list. It's a one-page list sometimes, and you have to do the trial runs that it says. It tells you specifically what to do, so you have to verify this. So that's why it's a big book, because there's a lot of pages you have to fill out and say it's okay. And after that, well, you're set. But remember, the guys that doing the troubleshooting sometimes will change the programming. You have to reevaluate again. So in this case, there's a list you have to fill out, And this list will tell you if that if you comply with all of the list. You have to add the comments. You have to say if it it applies or does not apply to the machine, and that sometimes gets you to do the evaluation a little bit faster. So hold on. And in this case, in our uh, G comply equipment safety buy off, you have you make a list of the machines you're going to review. When you make that list, you have the area, the department, the cell or the line production that is going to be the machine is going to belong to, what type of equipment, a specific name for that machine that you're going to evaluate, who is the responsible from the project, the number that was assigned to that machine, the date, if it's red, if it's yellow, if it's green, you change the status depending on what your checklist showed you. You have a scheduling, those tags, because when I evaluated at the end, when the machine was okay, you put a little tag on it that would say that it's ready for production, it's ready to ramp up. You have the checklist, you have the red tag, you have the yellow tag, you have the green tag. Also, you have the footprint, what happened, department, the system, and anything that happened to that machine. Uh, you also have the rate. How many machines are you evaluating? Some companies don't do this, but well, for me, it was you do have to have a calendar to show how many machines you're evaluating. Sometimes I experienced this. You were working on your desk, and a manager would go by and would say, "Why is she sitting on the desk?" Well, because I'm finishing my report. And if I have to go and evaluate 100 machines and stay up until 2 in the morning, it would be a pleasure. But let me have my documents updated, uploaded, so I can send it to the next person. And it's hard work, but if you love it, you're going to enjoy it. And if you have a great team to work with, even enjoy it even more. So this safety buy off Excel spreadsheet can help you a lot. You can even create one of your own. While I was working here, I tried to um, update my system. I had a very great system, but the system you get to work with, you acquire because of your experience doing management work for EHS. So you know what you need. And for me, I needed to have evidence that I was doing my job, because there was a situation that presented itself. The department wasn't keeping the safety buy-off for the safety buy-offs, that section. So when they lost a few buy-offs, I had my copy, my hard copy, and also my report. So they would help any area they would lose that document. I would always provide the historic information. And so that was one of the things that I love about my job. So we have the checklist. We have the red tag, the yellow tag, and the green tag. And mostly when it was green tag, that would mean that the machine is ready to go to the production line. The safety buy-off is a big checklist that you have to provide to the department project manager. And again, you have to tell them in production, or the production manager, the project manager, you have to inform him that you're going to need a lot of pieces to do trial runs for each machine that you're evaluating. I got to evaluate in my 2 years in this company in the machine build, I think more than 500 machines, because there was a lot of well, since it's automotive, remember, every year there's a new car. So every year there's a new machine that you have to create to make that new product that the new car is going to need. So there's a lot of standards and ISOs that you have to work with. Mostly what I did when I started the job is read the automotive standards that you have to comply with, and it was very interesting. I got to meet my fellow EHS co-partners in Ogden, Utah. And well, and that wasn't the only place I visited. A lot of my work, uh, where I worked, I've been everywhere in the USA. I've been to New York, Baltimore, visited a lot of places. I'm so glad, and always been very proud to be an EHS person, engineer, safety engineer, or what is it? Design, fabrication, safety specialist. So, one last thing is, remember, you have to keep up with the calendar of machines that are going out. You have to have your equipment list. This is how I work. You have to have the trial run on site with real pieces from production that are not assembled. You're going to assemble them in that machine. You have to go and be with the technician, because you have to remind him in the safety buy-off all the comments, all the things that he has to change, and verify. Please verify that he did make those changes before you put that little sticker that says it's a-okay. Because sometimes the troubleshooting and with the guy from programming, it sometimes you even they forget to do to rewire or to reprogram and leave it as when you left it, it was okay. So in conclusion, just remember that this part of the design section for your machine is very important. You are a key part of that team. And again, I love my team. They were the Top Gun guys. We were always ready to burn and turn. So I love that this part. I love this part. It did make me feel like I wasn't doing a lot because I was only dedicated to the machines. But hey, you learn a lot. You learn from everything that they're showing you, and they are accessible to even learn to teach you. I learned a lot of things about how the presses, the type of newtons and impact makes to a hand. So there's a lot of things that you do have to learn on yourself, all by yourself, or maybe asking the last guy that worked there. But it's a very important job for me. My respects to all the guys. And I've always enjoyed this part. This is the best part for me. I was trying to get a certification that is given in Mexico, but well, it's a little bit too expensive. But maybe with my experience, I'll get there and get that certification. So we're coming up to the 20-minute. I hope you have enjoyed the 5-minute mind break. It does, for me personally, it does work, and it is a very nice experience to start your day. Thank you if you're taking part in on these videos that I'm uploading. I'm so happy, and please leave your comments. I will read them. I'm reading some comments right now, and well, then have a very nice day. I do have to do a lot of things today. I started my certification process yesterday, and I'm working on an environmental, what is it, engineer renewable engineering career, starting a new side of myself. uh, I've enjoyed always working in environmental subjects, so climate change is something that I do want to get my hands on and uh, help in my own city. So, but have a very perfect, enjoyable Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye bye.